Out to be a disappointing and tragic end to a massive multiple-day search for a missing Barnes Air National Guard pilot. The commander of the 104th Fighter Wing confirmed less than 12 hours ago that one of their pilots was killed in that crash.
We have live team coverage of this tragedy with crews at the crash site in Virginia and at Barnes Air National Guard Base in Westfield. We begin with 22 News reporter Ryan Walsh, who's live in Virginia, not very far from where that jet went down.
Rescue crews searched extensively, covering thousands of miles over the course of 2 days, but the pilot never left his seat in the jet. Hundreds of people, including dozens from the 104th Fighter Wing in Westfield, searched by land in helicopters and planes, searched by air for the entire day and into the night on Wednesday and then for much of the day on Thursday, but the pilot was at the crash site the entire time.
Due to the nature of the incident, our investigators could not safely enter the crash site until this afternoon. At that time, they discovered evidence that our pilot did not eject from the aircraft.
Massachusetts Air National Guard Commander Robert Brooks told 22 News they will release the pilot's name at some point later today. It's going to be tough going back to work at Barnes Air National Guard Base in Westfield, and that's where we find 22 News I-Team reporter Laura Hutchinson.
It certainly is, and it's a tough morning for the entire Westfield community, who are waking up this morning learning that the pilot they'd hoped had survived the crash, in fact, did not. And as you mentioned, the Barnes crew showing up to work here this morning with heavy hearts, knowing that they've lost one of their own. 104th Wing Commander Colonel James Keefe delivered the sad news last night that their pilot had died. The search for the pilot and the crash investigation started Wednesday after the F-15 fighter jet crashed in Virginia around 9:30 in the morning, shortly after taking off from Barnes. But because of the thick terrain there, Colonel Keefe told 22 News they actually couldn't access that crash site until late Thursday morning. And around 5 o'clock last night, they found the pilot's body had not ejected from the jet like they had hoped. Now an investigation into what went wrong will begin so that they can correct any necessary problems, although Colonel Keefe says that also could take several days.
Again, what I can tell is it's a very wooded area. It's tough to get up there, so it's going to take some time initially to get all the recovery stuff out of the crash site and start looking at it. So to give you a specific timeline, I really couldn't, but I would probably say it'd be about 3 weeks before they can really start doing a good look at what had happened.
Colonel Keefe said that the search and rescue mission is now one of a search and recovery, and as for the pilot's body, that will now be taken to a local air base there, and the family will decide what they want to do with it from there. And of course, we're all thinking about that family this morning. 22 News reporter Caitlin Gosley joins me after talking to people who are definitely sending their condolences to them.
Yeah, I woke up this morning, we came out here to Barnes. We spoke to people in this Westfield community as they were waking up to this devastating news. And the consensus among all of them was that they really hoped this would have a different outcome. Of course, we are devastated alongside them that this is the news we're all waking up to. I also just got off the phone with Major Matthew Muty, and he's been covering this with us all through yesterday, all through this morning. He said that something like this really reinforces a lot of things that they deal with in this line of work, that the men and women here at Barnes do, and that it is dangerous work. But he said it also demonstrates the closeness of the military family, that even in tragedy, they are still a team. And while this is not the outcome that they wanted, they're still bringing home their pilot. That's what he told me. He also said that this is a testament of the work of those rescue and search teams that were working throughout the day yesterday. He said the focus right now is on the family. It's taking care of them and making sure that they have what they need in this time that they're grieving. We've also been hearing from some community leaders about this news. Senator Don Humson, who is from right here in Westfield, here's a portion of the statement that 22 News got from him. He said, "The Barnes Stormers are a close-knit group and are like part of the family of all of us in the greater Westfield area. When a part of that family is lost, all of us mourn." The identity of this pilot is obviously being kept for the time being as this family grieves and mourns alongside this community and alongside all the workers right here at Barnes Air National Guard based in Westfield, and our condolences to that family as well. Reporting live from Barnes Air National Guard Barnes Air National Guard base in Westfield alongside Laura Hutchinson, I'm Caitlin Gosley for 22 News.